Welcome, we're standing in Syndicate's house. I have put out the fire over at the crash site and traveled the little river system several times, back and forth, exploring Fyre City. One of the things I realized after I built a map was that Syndicate's house is a lot closer to Fyre City than the 20-minute boat ride that gets you there. If we look at the map here, in the center is Syndicate's house, and over on the right is the westernmost part of Fyre City. So I said to myself, well, let's go as direct as we can and see if we can get there quicker. Syndicate made this convenient stairway going in the right direction. So this is where I started from. Dug a tunnel straight through the mountain, and then came back and laid the railroad over to Fyre City. Whoops. Let's get my line card back. And we push the button. This goes directly into the mountain behind Syndicate's house and pops out. I made a corner at the beach to go back over the land again. And another corner, and then this is straight into Fyre City. My bridge is not as fancy as the Fyre UK construction, but maybe I'll fix it up. The railroad ends right near the fish market. I found it invaluable that on my second trip over here that I brought the materials to make a map and was able to realize how close Syndicate's house was. One thing unusual that happened today while I was exploring was one of the airships caught fire and pretty well destroyed it. And I have no idea why it caught fire. I eventually got on board and destroyed the furnaces and those type things that were on the remains of the ship, salvaged some items. There it is. This is the battle stations on the east side of the city. And I built a ramp and a ladder out to it. So I guess I'll just salvage most of it. And not to spoil it for anybody, but there's a lot more of this build than is apparent by just walking around the city. The palace is huge with a lot of things to discover. But what we'll do is we'll take a quick trip back over to Syndicate's house. I did put a chest in with some extra track and another minecart just in case of problems out on the railway, like creepers and those type things. But I think a 1-minute cart ride is a lot easier than navigating the boat through that river system for 20 minutes to get over to the city. And Syndicate said he wanted to build a railroad to someplace, so this is probably the easiest one to build. Took about 2 hours, and he had most of the material. I only had to build about 200 track. And there you go, an adventure over in Fyre City. And for some reason, even after some modifications, the animals are still getting out of their pens. I have no idea. But they get out very well. Thanks for watching. Welcome.